Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though.
Welcome to the show. Let's get this party started.
Yeah, I'm out.
Hopefully, y'all had a great day
I'm
today.
out. I'm out.
It wouldn't
Welcome
be
to speak. I'm
allegedly
out.
because he
Welcome to
was
speak. I'm
charged.
out. Welcome to speak. I'm out. Welcome to speak. I'm out.
Why, those
Welcome to
must be
speak. I'm
some
out.
good wings.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Who you with, Kirk, dog? Welcome to speak on it with who you, Kirk, dog. I'm out. Who you with, Kirk, dog? Hopefully. What the hell is going on? Hopefully, y'all having a great day today. It's Thursday. I don't know what in the hell is going on tonight. It's Thursday night. You know what time it is. Want to welcome everyone to on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. D Live is always in the house. And also Anchor.fm. You can always go catch the replays on Anchor.fm and also on YouTube. Um, Care else to go. You can also subscribe to the channel Anchor.fm. Just a very low fee of $2.99 per month. Ah, per month. You won't get any stars for it, but it's cheaper than that coffee. That's all I'm saying. So y'all know what time it is. My girl is waiting in the wings as she's texting. Or still doing a couple of research on like you see the title. We're gonna have history with Miss RsKee, unwrapping parties and talking shit. So yeah, we're gonna do that tonight. So we're gonna change it up a little bit, but first I have to let my girl come into the house. Miss RsKee, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm getting into my cougardom.
Yeah, I
Got
see
the
you with your
cheetah leopard print.
I see you with your leopard on.
My mama got me this shirt.
Hey mama.
It's funny. I've never worn any animal print. Don't really like animal print, and she buys me animal print, but I wear it.
Hey, I see a lot of people with leopard on, cheetah, and it look good. I can say it's
I
something
mean, I don't have
different.
to iron it, so and it matches most of my wardrobe, which is mostly black. So,
Is that a moo?
huh?
Do you have a moo on?
It's a shirt, dude.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know. Hey, it
That's
looked
what
like
I
a
wore to
moo for
work
me.
today.
Oh, okay. Very casual.
Listen, we're in COVID, like we're still like doing quarantine type style work. So you can wear jeans and house shoes to the workplace since nobody's up there. Like rules
Oh,
are gone.
oh yeah,
I
real
don't,
casual.
but I've seen it.
Oh, okay. Um, so you heard people walking around talking like, sound like a never mind, never mind. Um, it's one of those. It's been a rough week. I don't know about you, but it really been rough.
It's going
But
by
we
too fast. Like I'm tired, but I feel like I haven't accomplished anything. Um, and now that I'm looking over, I forgot to take my trash out. That's why I looked over. I was like, oh dang, it may be too late, but whatever.
I
Like
thought
I
I
had
heard
it
it.
all ready and by the door. I didn't put it outside.
Uh, well, they
So
come
yeah,
every day, right?
they don't come Fridays and Saturdays.
Oh,
So
so you'll have to take it down yourself.
no, I'll wait till Sunday. Listen, I put in on this.
Hey, I feel you. Must be nice.
Like, it's going to charge us for the services anyway, so getting my money's worth.
I understand that. Um, so other than this week going by fast, what else? What else is going on with you?
Um, Channeling my artistic side, which doesn't include writing of any kind. I've been painting by numbers. I'm almost done with this project, and then I'll go back to reading and focusing on my screenplay and revamping it and reaching out to people.
I feel you on that. We definitely need to do that. Matter of fact, Um, public service announcement. If
A
you're in
public service
Texas,
announcement.
yeah, if you're in Texas, please get out and vote. Early voting is going on. We have 8 amendments that we are voting on. I've already voted. Hopefully, you go vote. Um, it's early voting this week and next week, and the primary is November the 2nd. These low, small amendments that is going on is very important because we can change some things. It may not seem much, but it's best that you do vote. Whichever way you vote, it's best that you do vote. And that's why that's why I say all the time on the show, um, go ahead and get registered for when election time come up. You're already ready. And see what's going to happen a lot of time. They don't expect people to come out and vote for these small elections, and they able to pass certain things because people don't pay attention to it. So definitely get out and vote. Welcome T Cal to the show. Say hey Kurt Dog, hey Risky. Welcome to the show. Thank you for always supporting the show. But we about to find out about this unwrapping parties. Because she left me in the blind. She was like, "This is what we doing today. You'll find out when everybody else find out." And I said, "Ain't that some bull?"
You could have Googled it. And then you end up on another site like, no, that's not what we're talking about, Kurt.
I said
But
whatever.
no, this one I stumbled upon on one of my friends' pages on Facebook. Um, and this has always been on my mind because I'm curious about it. But you ever wonder why when they're excavating things in Egypt that you don't really see any mummies being unearthed? Like you see monuments, you see like encapsulated tombs or pits or whatever. You got a ghost in there with you?
Oh,
So, well,
I
he's
guess. I'm trying to figure out what happened to this light on this side because for some reason it popped out the plug. I don't know why,
well,
but go
yeah,
ahead. I'm sorry.
over. So, you always see these things, jewelry, monuments, and all these landmarkers and these like places with that once housed or a civilization that was advanced, but you don't see any mummies or buried people. You don't see bones or anything. Well, that is because between the 12th and the 19th centuries, Victorians began an obsession with Egyptian mummies. The obsession generally had nothing to do with scholarly interest and had far more to do with the practice of using dead bodies in medicines. For most of history, human body parts were an essential part of medicine. Typically, skulls and blood were the most common components of these treatments. And while the modern observe the science behind them, um, we see that as ludicrous. But to people using them during that time, it was normal. Uh, for example, to treat a headache, ground up skull would be taken with water or vinegar. I got country on that one. Blood, on the other hand, had been seen as a sign of power and vitality for millennia and was deeply rooted in medicine um, during that time, especially since bloodletting was common practice. And usually, the science behind that is because people who are depleted in iron, when you get introduced to blood, which has iron in it, you get energy. That's what that was. So, as another way of rebalancing their blood or improving vitality, people would often attend executions with a cup and drink the blood of the executed. Astoundingly, the last known attempt to do this was in 1908 in Germany. Roman naturalist Pliny the Elder recommended blood as a standard practice for homeopathic usage for just about everything. It can be used to treat headaches, epilepsy, and even blood clots. Um, and for some reason during that time, mummies appeared to be an easy source of bitumen, since it was thought to have been used in the embalming process. Over time, however, the importance of bitumen was forgotten, and the mummies themselves were seen as the ones with the true healing power. Bitumen is better known by another name today, asphalt. As we all know, that's highly toxic and even carcinogenic. But to the medieval Europeans, it was a wonder drug. Uh, Unfortunately for them, or maybe luckily for them, Egyptian mummies didn't actually contain bitumen, and another form of resin was used to help the mummification process. Mummies get their name from mumia, an Arabic word that refers to pisafalt, a natural substance that was used in Islamic medicine for generations. During the Crusades, Europeans were introduced to mumia, pisafalt, as a medicine, and as soon as it was being shipped all over Europe, and it was used as a kind of cure-all. But somewhere along the line, people became confused and became to think that the term mumia was referring to real mummies, which then began the practice of basically buying mummies, grinding them up into powder, mixing them with something like we said earlier, honey, and they swallowed them and spread on the wound to cure every illness, disease you can think of. Different parts of the mummy were thought to cure different diseases. If you wanted to cure skin disease, you would grind the skin of the mummy and ingest it, whereas mummy skulls were better for headaches. Yes, I said mummy masalas. La, 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 sa. At some point, acquiring mummies became expensive and scarce, so much so that they began using executed criminals to mummify and age them to fulfill the growing demand in Europe, and labeling them as genuine ancient Egyptian mummies. So they had a hustle even then. While Europe's obsession with mummy medicine would wane during the 19th century, other equally macabre things would take its place. For example, if you're an artist, you'd probably know about mumia for a different reason. When Europeans were grinding up mummies to swallow them like vitamins, they were mixing them with chemicals to create a paint called mummy brown. Mummy brown! Oh, that's in my head, my mind. That's how my mind goes. All right. So Mummy Brown had a sort of transparency so that it was often used to show tinted glass or shadows in pre-Raphaelite paintings. It was made with real mummies and could easily be purchased until the 1930s. The Victorians also became obsessed with so-called unwrapping parties. The mummified bodies of an ancient Egyptian would be brought out to the crowd of onlookers, and then slowly unwrapped, revealing a face that had that had been hidden from the world for a millennia. Many found it oddly beautiful, others delightfully horrified. Initially, these unwrapping parties were only done in private homes of the elite and sometimes even royalty, but gradually they made their way down through society. The most infamous man in this practice was Thomas Mummy Pettigrew. He was a surgeon turned antiquarian. He was obsessed with unwrapping, or his obsession with unwrapping went even further than most. Not only did he sell out venues with his parties, he made a great deal of money. He was also caught up in this pseudo-scientific belief that of the time, measuring the skulls of the mummy to prove they were in fact Caucasian, not Black African. This farcical science is known as phrenology and has been debunked numerous times throughout history. But in Pettigrew's time, it was far more widely accepted. Pettigrew became so popular um, and that he became a founding member of the British Archaeological Society. But eventually, the Victorian obsession with unwrapping parties would soon waver. And it was probably due to an increased desire to preserve history, or they just kind of weren't interested anymore. Because once you see one unwrapping, you've seen them all type of situation. Over time, the lure of cursed objects became a part of their superstition. Whenever a ship sank with a mummy on aboard, whispers of curses and the supernatural abounded. Uh, there were also stories of mummies rising from the dead and killing those who disturbed them, which became a part of our literature, like even now. When Howard Cater discovered the tomb of, I'm not even going to try to say his government name, I'm just going to say King Tut, in 1922, a curse was said to quickly kill 6 of his team. Despite the fact that nothing supernatural was responsible, the rumors that spread were fueled by fear that reached their apex in the latter half of the 19th century. The legacy of Egyptomania, the period of which it was followed by the Napoleon Egyptian campaign, which sparked renewed interest in Europe. Rightly or wrongly, mummies were main attractions of many museums across Europe, and regardless of which side the heritage debated or where you fell under that, mummies continue to be a source of both spectacle and wonder for millions of people who see them each year. Much like the Victorians, we are still fascinated with the lure of ancient Egyptian culture and curses. However, excavations today are that are being done are more for educational purposes and learning about lost ancient civilizations. So, I mean, I don't think anybody's still grinding up skulls or anything because I think we've grown from that. But that's why, like, when you see all these things, you don't really see any bones because, you know, what you do here when you see, like, you're cultivating new lands or putting property somewhere and you find, oh, you're on a burial ground of some sort. People haven't, we go into an uproar, because you're not supposed to disturb people who are resting. And that's for some reason, when you get to Egypt, they just don't care. Um, so I'm glad hopefully this has changed a little bit and that they, kind of preserve that lost culture and we just dig and leave them be. Let's not no longer unwrap any more mummies. Let them rest in peace. Because, Antilly, was it Golden Gate? If we were to dig her up just for artifacts, or we will be on the news. Like, leave them alone.
Okay. So this is all about mummies. I guess this is preparing us for Halloween.
I mean, yeah, you can watch The Mummy on all the channels, different
Right.
variations. But like I said, we have a fascination with them. I mean, it's just to know that the pyramids that were created thousands of years ago are still standing.
Yeah.
And we're seeing more and more of the beautiful art and freaking paint from the walls from their hieroglyphics. Can't speak now. It's still standing. Like, Come on, like you know how much dirt and sand has have been through there, and it's still preserved. It's beautiful. Like I'm curious about it, but would I go there? No, because I believe in curses. Well, I don't believe in them, but I believe in them enough to not bother them.
Yeah, I don't fool around in the graveyard.
Like for real.
Uh,
And you start talking about let's go to the tombs of Waka. No, thank you.
Not at
I'll
all.
stay by the pyramids.
I'm good. I don't need to go.
I'll look at the Sphinx tail.
Tell them you go on over there and I just wait over here because
Like I don't
somebody need to tell what happened.
right. Like I'm not picking up anything, a stone or whatever. I don't want to take any chances because I did grow up reading those Time Life books. I believe in that.
Because they back in the days and even today in movies when they talk about mummies, they actually if you go in there and move something, it'll open up this let a spirit come out or something and
Yeah, even though again, I don't believe in all that, but I believe enough to leave it alone.
exactly.
It's
Um,
like I'm not going to Haiti or the backwoods of Jamaica and talking to spirit peoples. Listen, leave them spirits over there. Louisiana, I ain't trying to be doing a grave tour. No man, press ham.
all right, going to a so-called witch doctor that
Yeah, yeah,
want them to cure your pain. And I'm like, oh no, you might do something to knock me out and I'm gone.
right. And see, I was talking to my coworker about that because she's from Louisiana, and I was like, listen, I wouldn't even have someone like doing my hair that was into all that voodoo stuff
Oh
because
no, you
then
don't
all of a
need
sudden that's like they got your hair now and they can do stuff. Like I don't believe in all that stuff, but I believe enough to leave it alone.
that. So you probably have a pen doll out there somewhere.
Like for
Uh,
real.
T. Cal said the closest I've been is the Luxor in Mandalay Bay in Vegas, the pyramids, and um, Marcella said that's the South Louisiana. Yeah,
Listen,
it's
I just
all
want to stay
over.
where the food
It's
is.
all over.
Yeah,
It's
I just want to stay
always
where the
been
food
to.
is. That's it.
Well, it even depends because growing up, I used to always hear, you got to be careful with Louisiana folks. They'll bury your drawers in the front yard. Allegedly, that myth that it was. That's what it was.
I
Um,
remember going to Louisiana and we just went to a random shop. That's it, buying some trinkets and stuff, trying to navigate. And then somebody's like, hey, you want your palm read? And I was like, huh? And then she points, and there was like this a voodoo woman in the back, like she was, and we didn't even realize there was an opening back there. And we were like, no, we're good. Because like we're not going to the back of the store. I
yeah, no,
didn't even
I'm
know
out.
it existed. And then you end up getting, what's that voodoo dust in your face and you become comatose and then you
And
bury. Ain't got time for that.
you wake up in a bucket of ice
No, you
with
wake
some
up
organs
in a
missing.
grave trying to dig your way out. I've seen that movie. I believe that was based on true events.
Marcella said that's a new one. Are you talking about them burying your drawers in the front yard? That always been a
I've never
myth
heard of that.
about what? If somebody else have heard of that, please put it in the comment because and there's other things too. Um, I'm not gonna say that one because
You might as well. You can talk about drawers.
no, that one a little bit
Yeah,
more
just
raw.
say it.
No,
Because now
not
we're
gonna say
curious.
it. Not gonna say it. That'll be on the after show. Yeah, it's just about cooking certain food. We'll put it like that. Just leave it at that. So that's why I learned how to cook at early age. But yeah, I've always heard that the hair, the the draws. and just different things. So definitely be careful. That's some interesting. Marcella said, "Nail your shoes to the floors." It's another one. I never heard of that because I can hear them nailing my shoes. If you start nailing my shoes, I'm getting up out of there. So I never heard of that, but Marcellus is located in Louisiana. He would know. I'm just saying. Now I did have an incident that happened to me, but y'all gotta wait for the book to come out on that one. When the book come out, it'll be detailed in there. Had me nervous. I was scared, but yeah. So y'all
No,
have to
you
wait.
mentioned it like voting stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, there is early voting. I was looking up places so I can do that so that on the second I don't have to bother with it.
Yeah, you definitely want to go out and vote early.
I was trying to figure out.
Um,
It looks like it's in two locations in Louisville,
I
and I guess it
went.
doesn't matter where you go in Louisville. I mean, there's only two locations. I've
Yeah,
never heard of this other
longest
place.
it's in your longest it's in your county, you can vote anywhere.
Louisville is small.
I
Like,
know.
there's two
I'm
places
surprised.
listed.
I'm surprised they have two places because
Yeah, because
you
I
blink,
knew
you
of the
out of the
one.
city.
I knew the municipal annex because that's where I'm used to going. But then they have another one, and I think that one may be closer by a minute, but I'm not familiar with it. So I'm gonna go with where I know.
Exactly. Marcella said, "Whoever nail your shoes to the floor, you'll never leave them." I've heard of that. Well, not the nailing of the shoes,
Oh, you know what? I heard some
but
variation of that.
the food. I've heard of that too. And burying your drawers in the front yard, they would never you'll never leave them either. So
But they also say, but I don't know if that's a southern thing where they say never gift a man shoes because those are the same shoes he'll walk out on you on. So you should never gift a man shoes, ladies.
well, it depends.
Them
Um,
buy his own shoes, give him a gift card. See, loopholes.
yeah, those loopholes.
I'll
See,
think of
I
all of
wasn't
them.
gonna Marcellus, I wasn't gonna go that route, but since you brought it up, spaghettis, I'm just saying. Um, I always been told, don't do that. Mm-mm, you never leave. But in the book, I do talk about a situation that happened with me that scared the hell out of me. That's all I'm gonna say about it. So it definitely scared me. So um, yeah, yeah, I need to get prepared for the book for when it come out. But
Have you
yeah,
been reaching out to agencies to try to put your book out there?
you know how my
No.
schedule is right now.
So there's
I've
no.
been talking about it. I've been
I
talking.
know, but you gotta actually do some legwork, Kurt Dog.
Well, actually, one of my coworkers and I was talking uh, Monday, and he was telling me about some stuff, and he's gonna get some information for me. So I need to follow up with him tomorrow. Which I seen him today, but today was a rough day. So, but I talked to him before the end of the week. Yep, that's one too. If I don't cook it, I won't eat it. True. Um, but for the ones that's tuning in, we're gonna start talking some shit. What's that?
No, all of a sudden I just heard this. I
Sound
don't
like
even know what that is.
a lawnmower or something.
It's not an alarm. It's like a hum, like a. I don't know.
It might be the leopard growling.
No, it's not growling. It's like up there somewhere. Like maybe it's the AC or a boiler or something. I don't know.
Oh, it's cranking up.
I don't know. It's something. But it needs to go right now. We don't want you here.
You're listening to Speak on It with Who You With Kurt Dog. I'm Who You With Kurt Dog. It's Thursday night. My girl, Miss RsKee, is in the house. We've been talking about mummies, but now we finna start talking about some shit. So hopefully y'all are ready for it. Let us know your opinion about it because it's several things that have uh, came out in the news this week that we're gonna hit on, and let us know how you feel. Marcella said it might be a mummy. You done woke him up.
Listen, I always grew up with the belief if you don't acknowledge it, it goes away. And
Exactly.
I've seen lots of things in my life.
It's a lot of things in my life
I
I
cannot
ignored,
confirm or
and
deny that
it
I did some things.
just won't go away. So
We eventually named one of ours because it was like everybody in the family has seen it. And I was like, okay.
did did I send you the video of the? I don't think I sent you that of the dogs the other day on TikTok, I think. But anyway, two dogs in a crate.
Oh, with the
They're
collar.
yeah.
Well, they have those automatic release collars now, so
So
I'm
that
gonna
could
go
have
with
been
that.
a fake. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they probably been shocking the dog while they were barking so hard.
probably. But
One of
yeah,
those
it
shock
startled
dogs.
him when it came off, but it's like one of those auto release thingies. Yeah, I looked that
Well,
up.
it seemed like it was trying to, like he was pulling them up in the air or something. I don't know.
I didn't see all that. I just saw an agitated dog who was barking like dogs do. Because I think there was something else in the background he was barking at. And then when the collar comes up, you see him just like jump because he didn't expect the collar to come off.
Exactly.
Like if an earring fell or my wig fell off, I'ma jump too. Because it's like you don't expect it. But
Now,
I don't know.
since you brought up wigs, we'll start
Uh-huh.
with this one. So there's a restaurant in Florida, Trump lover restaurant, anti-Biden, only serving patriot signs backfire on this restaurant. And so basically the owner of the restaurant put the sign up saying anti-Biden, Biden, and only serving patriots. So he lost a lot of money behind him. Now, Eddie Lubick, who owned Eddie Restaurant in Jupiter, Florida, posted a sign a few weeks ago outside the Italian eatery saying only serving patriot of the United States. The Palm Beach Post report. If you are still a Biden supporter, this restaurant is not for you, the sign read. Although Lubick now admit he may have made a mistake. He doesn't appear to have learned anything, according to Palm Beach Post columnist Frank Serabino. Um, he recently replaced the sign with a new one saying, "We are only serving patriot of the USA, vaccinated and unvaccinated." Question: in light of Afghanistan in the border crisis, do you still support Sleepy Joe in the corrupt White House administration? So, how do you feel about this, dude?
Listen, you can do whatever you want, but don't be crying and complaining when you lose business. You know, at the end of the day, you're a business. I mean, how would they feel if a doctor's like, I'm only, gonna save the lives of, Biden supporters? If you're a Trump supporter, I can't give you this kidney. Like, that's just dumb. If you, like, you don't, people, and then people lie. Like, how do you know that that's what they are? Like they may just want the food. So it's like, you know what? Stop all this picking party sides and whatever. Just chill out and be normal. Like, fine, you're a Trump supporter. All right, acknowledge, keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because we all want the same treatment that is deserving and expected, and vice versa. Like, we need that as well. So, whatever.
So,
I,
so
I just,
let me ask you this question: would you visit that restaurant?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, because before this, what did they proclaim this before? Like before Trump, what did they serve? Like if they made like the best chicken fried chicken, and I'm there every other week, and then all of a sudden now the Biden Trump lines are there, and they're like, oh, we're only doing Trump supporter. You know what I mean? It's like I'll think about it, and I'll probably order Grubhub. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like you're not so like I like Chick-fil-A. And of course, they're not fans of the LGBTQ community. And I support my friends, but I like those salads and them fries. Have I been in a while? No. But you like what you like. I don't care what your views are, your business. At the end of the day, you're trying to make money, but you need to take politics out of it. Like because you don't want the same reaction with doctors, because let them draw the lines and be like, oh, we're only doing this. It'd be like a what storm, because now everybody, well, why do we have to draw party lines? I just want a kidney.
Well, for me, I see it like this: it's his business. He can do whatever he wants to
Yeah,
do. That's his choice. But just like anything else, you have to live with that decision because in a time like today, people are not going to forget about that.
right.
You may have been popular at one point, but because you made your views very public, people had a right to ban your restaurant. Now,
Exactly.
I will say this: I don't agree. Um, uh, in one part of the story, he said that his 19-year-old hostess, people have called her 100 times a day and they curse at her. I don't
Yeah,
agree with doing stuff like that.
exactly. But again,
Um,
if you putting stuff out there, you're gonna get the response you get. So
you're gonna
stop
have
putting it out
backlash.
there. Like, fine, put a mural of Trump in the back. I don't care. But I don't need to listen to you and saying, "Oh, only Trump really won." Da, da, da. I don't care. Cook my food and bring it quick, without any body parts in it, and then we
Extra
cool.
flavors,
Right,
extra flavor in it.
right.
Um,
No secret ingredients.
exactly.
That's
But
it.
it's
Believe what who
it's
you like who you like. Believe what you like. Just don't try to force it down my throat, like they say that a certain minority group is doing. And you know what I mean? It's like,
wait a
just
minute,
stop it.
like they say a certain what?
Minority group. Like the gays, they're like, oh, they're putting it all in our face. But yet we see
Oh,
boobies and people making out in restaurant. Like, listen, stop.
look,
Like,
as far as I'm concerned, it's his restaurant. He can do what he want to do,
right,
but he realized he made a mistake. He made a
right, because he
mistake
went, he
because
just did too much. Just stop. Like, you, at the end of the day, you're in a business of serving people, the public.
and the public don't agree with what you're saying.
All right,
So
like, so, and you put it out there. All right, well, you take what comes with it. Low sales. Yeah.
yeah. Now also this next um, subject, I I want to know how y'all feel because me personally, I just feel like this is what I called it earlier, uh, the broke allegedly broke R. Kelly. the ghetto
He
version
rich
of
people
R.
broke.
Kelly.
He ain't broke. He ain't broke like us.
Well, I'm talking about
But yeah.
the hood R. Kelly,
But do
allegedly.
we know if this man's broke? I mean, because he may not be. We don't know
I don't
anything
know.
about him. Right.
I
We know
don't know.
nothing about him. So
That's why I said allegedly. But
I mean,
basically,
he just likes young tenderoonies. So basically, the story. This what?
go ahead. No, go
No,
ahead.
you just had a frown like, no, that ain't where
No,
I'm going.
I was pulling the story up. If I can,
All
I
right.
can bring it
So basically, Florida.
again.
So there's a man who's going viral. Well, the girl mostly, 18-year-old girl is going viral because she married her, how old is he? 47-year-old
Well,
godfather.
I've seen three different age, either
He
48,
old. That's all that matters. He's
55,
old.
61. It don't make a damn difference.
Yeah, she's 18. Goddaughter. And they have a 2-year-old daughter.
So that means she was about 16.
Right, but they said allegedly they've been dating and he's been grooming her since she was 14. And it's just ridiculous. Like they just posted their relationship status online, like made it Instagram and Facebook official when she turned 18. But mind you, she already has a 2-year-old by this man.
Well, did they confirm it was by him? Because I heard it was allegedly his, but they didn't know for sure.
And
Most likely
did
it
you watch the
is.
video? Did you watch
I
her
seen
video?
part of it. I seen part
Because
of it.
she's going in. She's going in. So T. House saying where's the parent? Where apparently the mom was allegedly like on drugs and it like pretty much it's like all these sad stories. Like she was adopted, she was on drugs, and she wasn't really
A mother figure.
good mother figure for her daughter. Um, So, and I guess the guy that was in her life who seemed to be stable and whatnot was the godfather, and she latched on to him, and she is standing by this man. She's ride or die. But at this point, she's been groomed so long, she doesn't know that.
It's not right.
Listen, the Woody Allen situation doesn't look good in any race. It's just disgusting. But I know in that situation, it was actually his daughter, not but his adoptive daughter, like on paper. But then he eventually married this person that he raised, and before they had that open relationship and came out with it, he was doing things to her before. Like you
Exactly.
don't just wake up one day, you know what? You're a beautiful young woman. I want to marry you.
Now, here's the key, because allegedly he been in her life her whole life.
Hmm.
Now, I hate to say it because the mother said he been there her whole life, and
And he
him and
was
the
like the
mother have,
father figure. He
and
was like
him and
the
the mother
only
have
good
messed,
male figure in her life.
him and the mother have messed around before. And I so pray and hope this is not this young lady father, because the mother was on drugs. We don't know.
I don't think it's the father because I'm
I
sure
hope it's not.
the mother went on a rant as well. Um, I don't think that's the case because I'm sure at the way her level is, she'd be like, "That's nasty. That's hot daddy." It's I think we can take that out of the equation. That's not her, you know, father. It's just
But,
Godfather.
you know that allegedly,
Mhm.
majority of the time, when it come down to uh
Because we don't
uh
know anything about the mom's history, so like let's just
besides her being on drugs.
right. So let's not just even add to the narrative of, well, it could be no soap
No,
operas here for.
I'm not saying about him being the father, but
He was just in
you
her
know,
life. He was a presence.
exactly. But we all understand. I don't know where the father is. Maybe the mother don't even know who the father is, because most people that is on drugs like that, uh, they get that bump in the way they can, including selling their own body to get that next hit. So when it's like that, you don't know who it may be. But
But we're assuming
unfortunately,
she was a crackhead. We don't know that.
no,
But
that's
she
what.
could have just been, again, she was adopted and was probably just doing drugs recreationally and not we don't know that side of it. Where, that she doesn't know who the father is, and we don't know that.
Well,
Don't have any idea.
they said the mother was strung out on drugs.
But we don't know what the father situation is. Let's not
We don't
create
know.
something that wasn't
We
there.
don't know. No,
Yeah,
that's why
let's
I
not.
said I'm not talking about him being the father,
Well,
but
no,
I'm
I'm just
just
saying
saying.
we don't know about the mom's situation and we don't know about the girl's father. We have no idea. So let's
Put it like
not
this:
speculate and
uh,
assume things.
if any parties then want to call in to give us more information, or we can put out the correct information, feel free,
Yeah.
because we want to
Yeah. Let's
know.
just stick with the grossness of this 500-year-old man is with some girl who looked up to him her whole life.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say that, but that might be no, that will be an ass whooping. I find out something like that happened with my daughter. I'd be
Like, for
like,
real,
hell
that's
no.
like disturbing. Like, if Taylor was like brought home some grown man my age or older, no, ma'am, press him. I'm sorry, you just gonna have to be locked up, and he's gonna end up missing.
Allegedly,
No, he will end up
we're not
missing.
we're not premeditating nothing. Uh,
Well, I mean, it's not gonna happen, but still, if it did, he would probably go night night. Like, oh, I made you a pie. He never woke up.
you're gonna make them with no help pies from the movie The Help.
No, Medea, because she liked to make her husbands disappear.
Uh, Tika said we did a story like this before.
With
Did
the
we?
little Spanish girl, maybe the 12-year-old
Oh
that had the baby with the grown
no,
man.
it was well. Did a couple of them because
Yeah, we've done a few stories.
The Amish guys, the two brothers that
The
was
Amish.
raping the sister. Yeah, that was raping the
Yeah, but they
sister.
weren't in the relationship though. That's a different concept. They were
But I
just
think
raping their younger sister. They weren't in a
did she
relationship.
have a baby by one of them or something?
Yeah, but they don't know which one because she was being violated by her brothers.
Okay.
But she didn't have a relationship with them. Like, they actually have it documented she was being sexually assaulted.
Mm.
But in like the case where the 12-year-old girl had a baby with the grown man, they were in a full blown relationship that was co-signed by both sides of the family. They had baby showers, and it wasn't until she was delivering that they were like, "Oh no, we need to call the authorities because that's abuse." I don't know what happened with them. I don't know if they ever got out of jail. They may have
Yeah,
posted
because
bail.
they end up going to jail.
Um, but I don't know if they posted bail or anything. Let me see, 12-year-old. I'm Googling now.
Okay, why you Google? But to this brother, um, that groomed this young lady, they say possible charges could be coming up. For the simple fact that Florida laws, you must be 18 to consent to sexual activity. Um, and apparently she was 16 when she got pregnant. So they have both together, 4 kids together. And do you think this may be one of those situations? Because in the video, she was talking about, oh, I'm making plans for my future and all of this or whatever she said. and says she want more things in life. Do you think it's the materialistic things she's looking at and
Well,
not
I mean, she's an
necessarily?
18-year-old girl who probably came up from nothing. So anything at this point he gives her is a reward and benefit and a come up. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, I got new sheets on the bed. Like, she's so damaged that any little thing seems like it's bigger than it is. Like, we have a house, we got a yard, all these materialistic things, like you said, yes. But at the end of the day, it's like that's just stuff. And if she went to school, uh, got a real job, and then didn't she mention she had a job, but she didn't have to work? Like she said it in the same sentence. And I was like, wait, either you're working or he provides for you so that you don't have to work. Like she all over the place. Like if you look at the rant, it's like she contradicts herself, but it's like she's just trying to justify why her relationship is valid and true. But I mean, she's been with this man for years and she's been groomed and brainwashed. She doesn't even know which way is up. And I think she's going to have a hard, I don't even know how you say this, reality check
Yeah,
once the dust settles in that honeymoon period and she starts exploring and getting to know herself because she doesn't even know who she is right now.
yeah.
And when she grows, I think she's going to have that moment where she's going to realize, holy crap, this is not a healthy relationship. I've been bamboozled. And then she's going to try to get out. And I think it's just going to take some time. But I think she's going to eventually have that moment. And hopefully she doesn't have too many other kids because he has three already. And then hers, you know, theirs together. But I don't know. We'll see. But going back to the 12-year-old girl, the latest news I see um, was dated, was it August 1st? Says she was just charged with enabling sexual relationship between her daughter and the man, uh, Juan Miranda Yara. Um, and let's see. So I don't see anything more on that.
Wait a minute, you said who was charged?
The mom with enabling.
So she gonna
The
keep
one
that
with the
cycle
eyebrows.
going. She gonna keep that cycle going.
Hmm?
She gonna keep that cycle going. So, wait a minute, how old is the damn daughter?
Remember, she was 12.
No, okay.
Are
Oh,
you
the
getting your
mom
stories
of the
mixed up?
daughter. Okay, I'm thinking you talking about the mother, the one that was pregnant, turned around and allowing this guy to mess with her daughter. I'm like, oh hell no.
Huh?
They some,
I mean, that's the same story. She was 12,
yeah,
gave birth to, this grown man's baby, and
yeah.
that's when the authorities took over because she went into labor on July 14th, and everybody's like, wait, she's 12, and this grown man is escorting her like they a couple. That ain't
You know
right.
what? We did do a story like
Yeah, we
this
did
not
the
too
story.
long. Now, is this
Yeah.
the one? Maybe I'm getting them crossed up
They
because
had
we
the
done did
whole
several of them.
bridal baby shower. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
we did that story. Yeah.
yeah. But I was trying to see where they are now
Okay,
because I
I thought
didn't.
you was talking
No,
about the
because
two brothers and the sister.
no, because that was a different situation.
Okay, okay.
Totally different
Yeah,
situation.
I
That
got
was
them.
just flat out rape, and they
Yeah, I
weren't in a
got them crossed.
relationship. They just siblings, and they
I
raped
got
her
them
sister.
crossed up.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
this
I
one,
remember. I remember that one when they did
yeah,
the baby shower
yeah.
and everything was okay, and they like, oh,
Uh,
nobody had nothing to say about this 12-year-old being pregnant by this grown ass man.
right. And from just the stories that I read, and when we did the story, it was just everybody said it's just common practice in the Latin culture. And her mom was a young baby mama and bride, in the same situation because, I guess it's so poor that it's like you just give your child to a man with a job and hope for the best.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know if they're still in jail. If they posted bail, I have no idea. But I'm gonna keep an eye on this story.
Yeah, that happened somewhere in Houston, right?
Oklahoma.
Or oh.
Jesus, Jimmy, get it together.
We do so many different stories. It's hard to keep up with all of them.
T-Cal so funny. It's like all these stories are jacked up.
Exactly. And then since you say Oklahoma, they're so close to Arkansas, it's always allegedly. But we're gonna leave that alone because I know folks in Arkansas, they'll be calling talking about we don't sleep with our cousins.
Second cousins.
Say what?
Second cousins.
Hey. But anyway, that's yeah, that is jacked up. And I'm glad the mother was arrested. She should have been. Matter of fact, she shouldn't be allowed to be around none of those kids. Um, she just basically pimped her daughter out,
Oh wait, I found
allegedly.
something for September.
Oh,
It just says Tulsa woman to appear in court after 12-year-old daughter. So she appeared in court September 9th. So I don't see any updates after that and what they determined. She pled not guilty in August. Yeah.
can you?
No, I just read a sentence and it was like, wait, what? I'm all the way confused now. uh, okay, no, because it almost made it seem like the guy she got pregnant with was her father, and I was like, wait, what?
Huh?
It's like they need to write that a different way. So, but it was, he was the father of her child.
Okay.
It was just an
Either
awkward
way,
statement.
can you imagine?
12 years old and you're raising a child.
Uh, little niece, let me help you out on something. I know the holidays are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you dare show up at home talking about here's your new boyfriend that is older than both of us, because we finna have a problem.
Nah, he's a respectable age.
They talking about guess who coming for dinner?
He's a
Guess who
respectable age, so that's all that
guess who
matters. And
been
my niece doesn't like old boys. Like she's like, you could say, oh, because I was joking with us, like, oh, so now you can, since you're legal age, you can go after Dak. Ugh, he's old. I was like,
wait a
he's
minute.
like in his
She's
20s.
only she only
She's
18
18. She
now?
just turned, but she's still,
No.
she's still a little tenderoni and has young girl thoughts. And let her keep those young girl thoughts.
Yeah. As long as she can. Because
Like for real, have your fun, but stay appropriate age. Like a couple of years, that's it. Everybody else is old and disgusting.
yeah, stand by. Um you are listening to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk Dog. Thursday night, Miss Risky and I is in the house talking shit tonight. So about different stories in the news, and we're just gonna highlight some of them. So continue um, to let us know your opinion about these stories that we're talking about, and give us your opinion. Um, T-Cal said, yes, she need to. Yeah, she need to stay at her appropriate age. She also said these girls now are acting and doing way too much. Yep. So,
I'm still going down the rabbit hole. I found her the public records.
uh-oh.
Uh, So they had a motion hearing on the 19th of this month. It doesn't say, let's see, count one, filed as rape in the first degree, victim under 14 years. But did it say if she was found guilty? Is the question. Like I found
That's
all the counts, like all the counts that she was put under or arrested for. Count 2, enabling child sexual abuse. Count 3, child neglect.
now. Is that on the mother or is that on
This is
the
on
guy?
Oklahoma State Court Network.
No, I'm talking about the charges. Is that for the mother or for the guy?
This one is for the mother.
Okay.
Because that's the name I put in there.
Okay. Either way, I'm sorry, but if one of my great nieces, some
So,
dude can,
all right. Okay, so they're due for a bunch of court dates, so things are still in motion.
okay, yeah, we need to keep an update on that because that's some pretty jacked up stuff, and
Yeah. So the
unfortunately,
19th with a motion hearing. November 1st, there'll be an arraignment. And yeah, okay.
is she still in jail or did she bail out?
I don't know because they did show a bond, but I don't think it was paid.
How much is the bond for?
But the court date is 11/1, so she may still be in there, and it's $50,000.
Okay, so that's only 5,000.
But I don't know. I guess
Not unless it's a cash bond.
yeah. So I don't know. That's all I found out. So that was the rabbit hole. I just had to.
Okay. That's an update on a story that we did several months back about a 12-year-old girl out of Tulsa, Oklahoma that was seen having a baby shower. And the guy that got her pregnant, was he 22 or 24?
24.
24 years old, get a 12-year-old pregnant. And
walked her
they
into the hospital when she was due. Like they were a happy couple.
exactly walked in, she gave birth, and the nurse was like, hold on now. Something ain't right about this. She's 12 years old. And the family was okay with it because they threw the baby shower. And now the mother had been charged. Of course, the guy had been charged too. But the question is, if an old ass man come to you and ask you about dating your 12-year-old daughter, what are you gonna do?
Get out my lawn, you pervert.
No, because with me, I'm gonna hear what he's saying, but then I'm gonna wake up and he might be laying on the ground without a
Let's
doubt.
say
With
wake up.
it.
Like he'll be waking up. I'm
They
like, you
no,
just came up here.
I'm a blank out a little bit, but then he
I,
gonna be when I wake up, they're gonna be trying to pull my foot out his ass. Yeah.
I'll probably be like, oh my gosh, he just like was having convulsions. I had to shake him and smack him. He's like, but you hit him with the bat. Oh, I didn't realize it was in my head.
Oh, where did that come
He
from?
started talking about having sex with children. I don't know what happened.
They tell me I hit him with a bat. I'm gonna say, how did the bat fly up here? Even though I know what type of bat they're talking about, but
I'm like, for real.
I don't know
Like,
what you're talking about. I just remember him saying something that sounded like Charlie Brown, and I woke up, my foot was so far up his ass they was trying to get my shoe out of it.
like for
And
real.
that's
He's
all.
still coughing up leather.
Can y'all clean my shoes up? They was my favorite
Like, can I
shoes.
get them back? They're a
Uh,
collector's item.
but it's kind of strange because look, I've always got get up early, but since I'm normally on the road this time early in the morning, so I've been listening to Steve Harvey's show a little bit more, and I always listen to the Strawberry Letter. So today's Strawberry Letter, it was something similar like how this story got started. It was a 28-year-old went through hard times, and uh, she ended up moving in with her father and his wife, and then the wife brother came along, 61 years old. Now the father done told her, you need to stay away from him. You need to watch him. Now they started working out. They did a marathon together. He let her use his car. And the father said, why would you give her a car? He told me, well, I can't drive too. And then she said, I really like you. And he said, I've been waiting to hear this for a long time. They end up getting intimate, had sex in the car, then turned around and uh, he coming over to the house while the dad and the stepmom at work. And he promised to do all these things for her, get an apartment together and all of that. Then all of a sudden, he contacting her, stopped contacting her, and later contacted her back and said, hey, I need my car back. Then told her that he found someone else. They finna get an apartment together. First of all, you 61 years old.
Like, you old.
You finna get an apartment with somebody?
Maybe he
And
meant like an assisted living apartment because they have those. And he had a
there you
roommate because they like to keep them together so they can, somebody falls out.
well, the bottom line is this situation, and I would tell any young lady, please look past the materialistic things.
And also, stop giving these old dudes your youth. Like, enjoy your youth, be young, date. Don't give up all your good egg years to somebody who has maybe one more summer and one more winter.
Exactly.
Like,
Um,
no, don't let any old crow steal your childhood.
you gotta stop it. Want more in life. And now, do you think this is a reason why some young ladies go this route? Because
I think
uh,
it's a variety of reasons. It just depends on your situation. Because everybody's different. Some it's actually like they just had a connection and maybe it's the love at first sight. I don't know. And other times it's just a chance to get out of the situation they're in.
well, sometimes they say a young lady would date somebody who they feel that is more like a father figure
Well, if the father's
because
not there, then
the father's not there
I
and
mean,
they
you
feel
have nobody to model it
protected.
over. And I think that's kind of a myth too. Like, I mean, sure, I'm sure they have some characteristics and there's probably some science behind it, but I don't think that's always necessarily the truth you're looking for your father, especially if you're an 18-year-old girl and then you're going after somebody who's 60. Well, chances are your father's in his 40s, so why are you overshooting that far? Like, maybe you modeling in after Paw Paw, but it's sure not the daddy. And if the daddy is in jail and had a life of crime, and Mr. Ray got his own shop and stability, that's nothing like your father. So you can't really say, oh, she's just going after looking for a father figure and da da da. But I mean, it just depends. It depends on the situation. I don't know.
Yeah. And a lot of the old cats and some of the young ones too, they some slick talkers. They'll
Yeah.
tell you they would pay attention to everything that you're missing, and they will offer everything that you're saying that you wish you had. They'll come back and say like, "Well, I wish I had a man that would just love me." Oh, baby, I love you. I wish somebody would just uh, do this for me, do that for me. Oh, I do all that for you. And they'll start off doing it. But then all of a sudden they get tired of doing it. They like, hold on.
Well, it's not that
Hey,
they get tired. Men, y'all got an attention span of a goldfish. Sometimes it's like you like you like new shiny toys, and a young 17-year-old, 18-year-old girl giving you attention is that new shiny toy. And then y'all like to conquer, the thrill of a conquest and the chase. And then once you get it, it's like, well, I'm not chasing it anymore. I already got it. Next, let's see if I can get this.
exactly. It's
It's
a,
the thrill of the
another
chase,
loop on the belt.
right?
Be like, hey,
And
let me see
you're
if I
like,
can get
haha, I
this.
still got it. But it's not
Okay,
always,
I give you that because sometimes guys they'll be like, I'm not gonna do nothing, but let me see if I can still got it, still have it just a
right.
little bit.
I'm still smooth, smooth with it. That's just the way it is, and just
That's why I
and
always say
a young girl is not gonna know or know how to identify a gamer.
bullshit.
Yeah, they have been out there in the world, and there are some who can spot it a mile away because they've been about that life and seen it. You know what I mean? It just depends on the situation.
Listen to your mama, your daddy, your grandpa, your grandmama when they say, watch out for that type of man. Watch out for them. 'Cause they will blow your mind. Then you be broken
Left high and dry
and then you hate all men and
because you
just
made
don't
bad choices.
exactly get over
But
it.
same can be said about these dudes out here. They be
Exactly.
dating these hood rats and then talk about all women. No, just the women you chose, sir. You all at the strip club looking for a wife. Like, you know what? Not everything is in you can't always go for a pretty package. You gotta
You
go for
can't
substance.
you
Go
can't
for somebody with
always
stretch marks.
change you can't always change a, a garden to a housewife and
Like, for
vice
real.
versa. Vice versa.
Exactly. A player, you
Uh,
can't change him. Like, once you don't have the magic cooch. If you number 7 or 20 and he still ain't settled down, like, listen, you think you got the magic, you know what? It's not, no. Like, don't, and people are warning you, stay away. If you got
exactly.
family members telling you he ain't no good and something's wrong with him, stay away. Right.
Listen to them. They're not trying to be in your business. They're trying to
They
keep
just
you from
trying to
having
get you
a
to wake
broken
up. It's
heart.
like, listen, in the end of the day, you might as well you may want to bail while you can. Don't get stuck. And all of a sudden, I should have listened to everybody. Now I'm da da da.
But see, then what happened? Some of the young folks they end up staying in that situation because they don't want to say that they made a mistake and people was right because they felt like they were just in their business and they broke up that relationship that they had with somebody who was trying to help them.
It's not just the young kids. It's the old,
Old folks too.
guys and gals too. They do the same thing, and it's like, gosh, like not everybody wants your man and is trying to sabotage it. Like, if you got family members, your peers telling you and warning you,
Hey, listen,
like,
listen.
you can always get a power tool to satisfy your needs and a
Say what
blanket
now?
to keep you warm.
Wait a minute, say what now?
Huh?
What you say?
What?
I caught the last part of that.
Yeah,
Uh, I didn't hear what you said.
okay.
Okay. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to the
You're gonna have
replay.
to roll that beautiful bean footage.
So what?
You're gonna have to roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that replay because I missed something. I didn't. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to type a question for you. So um, all right, but that's how TCal talking about roll it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll it because I thought I heard one thing, but then you know how sometimes you hear something, you like, wait a minute, what they just say?
It's probably
And
what
I'm
you
sure
think it is. But I'm gonna make you work for it, sir, for not listening to me.
I was trying to
How
send you
dare
a
you,
message.
sir?
But um I'm gonna let you talk about this next one because I to be honest with you, I don't even care.
You don't even care.
I don't care. Hold on. Let me say it like this. I don't give a damn.
Well, since
So
it's all over the news, I'll go into it. So, bones found at Northport Reserve belonging to Brian Laundrie have been found, and they confirmed. So, if y'all don't know who this is there's been a manhunt for this man, um, because he pretty much strangled his was she fiance wife
I don't know.
Gabby
I
Petito. So he's been on the lam for some time, and they just found him. They found a body in an area that was at first covered by water, and I guess it receded, and they found his belongings and his and remains, and I guess they tested it to verify um, that it didn't have, did a DNA and confirmed that it was in fact him. And I just want to say, listen, this dude, you did all of that, and then all of a sudden you kill yourself. Like,
take the easy
you're a
route.
chump. You're a chump and a coward. But
That's just you do the crime, be prepared to do the time. Instead, he allegedly killed himself. Hell, who knows?
right, we don't know the situation.
Maybe
But
because he was up
he
on the
was
water.
found. But I'm going to assume that he probably offed himself because. So I'm sure we'll find out how he died because it
The
hasn't
cause
been
of death.
determined yet. So he's being examined, and I'm sure it's going to come out that he did in fact kill himself. And but, yeah.
They probably come back and say he drowned there. I wonder if Florida alligator was pissed at him and said, "Hey, somebody's back here that
Well, I
know
mean,
you're
if they
not
found his
there."
remains, I mean, it sounds like there was nothing missing, so I don't think a gator got to him.
Well, you know, a gator will kill you and then come back after you and sat there for a while and you done from the sun. They come back and get
Yeah,
you.
but they take you to a nest and let you
At
dry
that
out and
point,
live.
that whole area was a was the nest. It was up on the water at one point.
There
That's
was
what
no nest
sounds
there
easy.
though.
Oh,
But we'll keep an eye out on the story and see if his tall tales, if Kurt Dog's tall tales that he's spinning are accurate. You know what? No more watching. What was that movie with the giant gator? What was that
oh,
movie?
golly, what was the name of that movie? The Kraken. That's when the gator was coming up, killing people, taking them down in the bottom of the lake or whatever, and posting them up, then come back and eat them when he ready.
Because it
There've
was
been a
with
lot of
Betty
movies.
White. What is it? Lake Placid.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you the best one to see if you like giant gators. Primeval, and it's got I forgot the guy's name. Uh, Dominic Purcell. You may not be familiar with his name, but you would know the face because he's everywhere. He was in it.
No,
That light
okay.
is drowning out his face, but um, he's been in a lot of stuff. Was he in Prison Break? May have been.
I think.
Yeah, he was the brother in Prison Break. I didn't watch the series.
I didn't
So
either.
I don't know what the relationship is, but he was in it, and he was in something else. He's a British actor. But yeah, Primeval. I recommend it because listen, Orlando Jones is in it. He's the cameraman. That scene
Oh, okay.
with him, watch it.
Now
Promise you won't regret it.
it's only one way I like my gators.
Skewered.
Fried, crispy, and with some dipping sauce. Um,
I don't even need dipping sauce. I'm looking it up
well,
now to see if it's streaming anywhere because I think that's going to be a part of my horror fest that I'm going through. Oh yeah, Hulu, YouTube. So pretty much all the streaming channels have it. Most of them they have it for a fee. Tubi is free. Pluto is free. Hulu with a subscription. I don't know which subscription.
well, it's only one way I like my gators, and that's fried, crispy, with a good season on it, and a little dipping sauce or some hot sauce or something. Just a little bit, something. But yeah, but um, and I'm gonna send you this link I seen on TikTok early this morning. Uh, that I think would be kind of interesting. So please do not forget, get out and vote. And also, we still have a lot of blacks missing, which we need to bring highlights to. Um, so we're going to be working on that coming up. Holiday season coming up. So with the holiday season coming up, we're going to be giving away grab bags, but you got to listen. You got to listen to the show. Listen, and we're still trying to get all that together for we can do it, and uh, hopefully we can help somebody have a brighter holiday. Um, then also, if you're, I still want to do this gating game. If you're looking for a boo thing for the holidays, holler at your boy. We can make it happen. But I'm gonna let you know. Don't be married. Come up on here because you will be. They will know. You never know who watched the show. Hit me up in the email and we'll do that. T Cal said, "I know I want to grab bag." Exactly.
Yeah,
So
because we gotta see. Here's the thing with that. We need y'all to do y'all's part so we can give out these swag bags. Like, because we have like people watching, but we need them to like, subscribe, and do all the
tell a
things on us
friend.
so we can, do bigger and better things. Help a sister and brother out.
Exactly. Because it's a lot of things we want to do coming up next year, but we need y'all help. Um, Go tell 10 people about the show and tell them, hey, subscribe, like it, give us hearts, whatever platform you own, whatever you got to do to make it happen. And let's do some things. We have almost 2 months, a little bit over 2 months left in the year. So we haven't decided when our last day will be, but we're finna, uh, we finna do some things and coming up next year. My husband swears you my boo thing. I just tell him I just love your show. Hey, I
Give
have
me
that effect.
your little side piece, your little 2 piece of a biscuit.
I have that effect on people. Tell them it ain't nothing personal. It's just a business thing. See, I still got it, Risky. Even at my old age, I still got it. I'll be 50 next year, so I still got it. Had to check it out and see. But tell
Yeah,
your
I usually just
husband,
find out I still have it when I'm just like, well, if you don't get away from me. Like, I'm trying to
Well,
get the drink on. Leave me alone.
ran Marcellus off. Oh, never mind. That'll start a whole nother segment. We're not gonna go there. But yeah, but Miss Risky, we got about 3 minutes left, so go ahead and tell the people where they can find you at and
In
what
the
you're working on.
streets. No, you can find me on a lot of platforms at RsKee, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, which I don't really use, but I'll try to go on more often. Um, RsKee Books, keebooks.com. If you want to send a message or some story ideas, RsKee at Yahoo, you can send those to me. Hopefully, I'll get some hits to where I can find a printer so I can get my game out. Because I would like to be able to give those out as gifts for the holidays. So we're still working on that. So fingers crossed.
Yes, if you're in the printing business, please reach out either to me or Miss Risky.
And game
She,
cards, not just like banners and flyers.
yeah,
Game cards, custom
to be able
game
to
cards.
do good quality game cards. None of this play at one time and it fall apart game
Right,
cards.
right. Shredding after one use.
Exactly.
Like everything's already done, template, questions. We just need a printer and get them packaged and out.
So there you go. Help a sister out. And also if they're I know Jamie Foxx is in town. Jamie, holler at your boy if I know you're on your book tour. We're trying to find an agent. But that's all I want. Want a good agent that we can sign up with to get the books out. And we can do our tours too. Because I'm tired. um, so you can find me on all social media. Unfortunately, it's best to send me a message. Um, I was telling Miss Risky the other day, or telling my sister, I said, I don't like going on Facebook. I feel like I'm in the movie Life when he was reading reading
Those
those
letters
letters
from
and stuff.
home.
It's a lot of people struggling right now. A lot of people are struggling with the loss of loved ones. Please check on your friends. If you are someone that is struggling, please get counseling. Get counseling. It works. I do it every week. So definitely get counseling. And it's hard. And I'm not gonna lie to you. When I go on Facebook and I start looking, I hear about people and lost loved ones, friends, and stuff, and it's tough. It's tough, but you also need to be able to deal with it. And counseling can help you deal with it. But also TikTok. Hit me up on TikTok. I'm trying to do more things on TikTok, so definitely hit us up. Um, we're finding out some new things on there. I'm still learning. I need somebody to be able to edit the videos. So one of y'all young folks want to do some editing for me, holler at me.
Or just give you
But
a quick tutorial.
something, because it's a struggle. Hold on. Okay. So we're off anchor. I ran out of time on them, but it's all good. So definitely, if someone show me how to edit the videos on TikTok, because this new. That's what the folks were saying about the new technology. It's this new technology I'm trying to learn. So, but definitely reach out to me, and who knows, you might get one of those swag bags too. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. But other than that, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm laughing. I'm laughing at what I got. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in until Sunday. I will be back on Sunday. I love each and every one of you. Until then.